Hi guys, welcome back to my weekly readings. This is Raisa here. I trust you guys are having a wonderful weekend and are gearing up for the up and coming week. We have entered into November, and I need to say that this has been a very draining already time for me. So perhaps all of you are feeling it and you're not understanding why. We have entered into the deep, mysterious, and very painful sign of Scorpio. And the way that the planets apparently are moving or retrograding or whatever it is they're doing are all joining up in the sign of Scorpio. We are feeling things very, very deeply, and a lot of the old wounds again are coming up to be healed. If you haven't done it already, you need to do it so that next time all the planets line up in a water sign, we don't feel it so deeply. Scorpio is one of the deepest along with Pisces, so I would have to say that if you have been experiencing a lot of painful memories or you're having issues in your romantic life, it's due to the planets working their way through our subconscious mind so that we release some of the things that we need to release. We release the need to hang on to old memories or old patterns that we keep repeating but we don't know why. We need to really let them go because they're not serving us a higher purpose, and we are going through a very deep and spiritual growth at this time. Everyone is doing it. It's on a global basis because of the energies that are so powerful. We're all going through a spiritual upgrade or growth, a spurt, a growth that there's nothing we can do about it. We can ignore it, and then things are just not going to go right for us because we need to grow with it. We need to practice. We need to remember who we are, what we are, that we are spirit incarnate, and we also need to balance our needs with that of the spiritual needs as well, because along with our growth, family, love, tenderness, what we dedicate ourselves to, we also need to dedicate some time to spirituality, whether it is going to a temple and worshiping with others or doing it on your own. You don't have to go to a temple in order to spiritually grow. Actually, it's a very personal path that one embarks on, and even if you just take little baby steps, you need to begin, because otherwise things again will be taken away from you or rearranged in a way where it's more painful, your growth, because you're not paying attention to all areas of our lives. We are a fine-tuned machine, but we need to pay attention to several areas in order to be able to continually grow, and in a positive way. We can grow, but sometimes it may not be quite as positive because we ignore certain parts of our lives that we should, also be participating in. Relationships, spirituality, watching our health. Also we have to deal with monetary issues because it's very expensive to live in this lifetime. So we really, really need to either team up with others, which also creates a codependency, not always very healthy unless everyone is giving in, 50% of what is needed, and so it helps the family be able to do other things. But if you're being codependent with others, it's hard. I know right now the energies are helping us in a sense grow spiritually, but it's also making us worry because we have these emotions within us that are very difficult at this time, and they could be creating more drama in our lives. So we need to kind of balance it out and know what it is that your body is asking you for, or your soul, your needs, your personal needs are, and then go and try to feed it in essence, try to take care of that, because you can create a worse situation in your mind and then manifest it than it normally would be if you just kind of relax into it, allow others to be who they are, and allow yourself to be who you are as well. The first card that came out for us today is the protection card. So this goes along very, very well with the energies that are happening at this time. We're going to feel very protective over our family, over our children, over our grandchildren. And if you notice, you probably didn't notice because that was too quick, down here in the card there's a jar with money that falls out. So even if you have to loan money out to your family members or your money becomes a little tighter or scarce, you don't mind because you know that the universe is going to help you later on when you need it as well, because others may be asking you for monetary help or for some type of protection or support, and you're very willing to give it freely. So you're going to feel that way during the rest of this month. It's just the beginning, I know, so we're going to have to deal with it all the way through to probably December. You know, the extremely emotional feelings that you're going to feel over the top. I mean, maybe not everyone is affected the same way that I am, because I have a lot of water in my chart, and I'm very sensitive to all the energies around me. So to me, they're amplified. To perhaps others, it's not as much. But I know that with me, it's been very difficult. But then again, it's just the way that it is for me. Another card that I got that's a little different as well. It's from a new deck that I got. This is called the Amaryllis Lute. This is Kuan Yin, and she's playing a lute. It's a beautiful instrument with different notes. So again, because we're being affected spiritually and emotionally, our vibrations can vary. They can be very high or they can be low. At this time, you are spiritually growing. There's a spurt, so we're going to try to raise our vibrations as opposed to keeping them low. So you need to pay attention to your thoughts. You need to pay attention to people that push your buttons the wrong way and help lower your vibrations, in essence, because they are people that have an energy that you can feel them as they approach you. So while you are going through this energy spurt or growth spiritually, you need to notice that some people are going to be removed from your life, or you should remove them, or at the very least have a distance between you and them, because their vibrations lower yours, and you need to keep above and beyond that. You need to move away from those type of people. So you need to listen to more music. You need to listen to spiritual music where it's just notes or sounds to help raise your vibrations. People that have lower vibrations, that you can actually feel it as they approach you, you need to try your best to stay away from those types of people. Other people are going to come into your life that have a higher vibration, so you need to get to know them a little bit better on a friendship basis. I'm not talking about romantic relationships, but there could be for some. I don't know. I'm just saying you'll be able to feel these vibrations. So stay away from the ones that bring you down, and try to approach more people that have a higher vibration and speak with them, and try to have more, be more in tune with your vibrations and that of others, so that they don't continually bring your vibrations down, because during this time you would like to have them raised a little bit more. So like the Amaryllis, it's warning us as well, or telling us that we have overcome a very difficult stage in our lives, that we have raised our vibrations to a certain extent, and that we need to continue that upward rise and not fall backwards into old patterns or old relationships or old situations that you know are not going to benefit you as you move forward. So try to remember that advice and keep moving forward and keep raising your vibrations. Go spend more time outdoors, listening to the sounds of nature, watching for signs that you will receive so that you can continue to grow. All right, guys. I guess I just had to get that out. So let me start from the very beginning. Welcome back to my readings. Today we're going to check the energies that may affect us from the 3rd to the 10th, I believe were the dates. But again, this can extend further into your life, because some of these messages that we get are for self-help that could take us a little while in order to be able to do them. So just keep moving forward and know that some of this might apply to your life at this time, and some of it may apply later on down the road. And if nothing resonates, then there's others that are on YouTube that you can listen to, and maybe come back to my videos at another time. Again, I got another card from a different deck that speaks about spiritual growth. So we are focusing on that during this month because we have no other choice. We're going to be touched in our subconscious and in our soul and in our heart. For some of you, if you are feeling pressure or pain in your chest, you need to go see a doctor. You need to go see a doctor, a cardiologist, because there could be some type of stress or something that's going on within you because of the energies that are so powerful. They could really hurt you, and you need to go check yourself before anything else occurs. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. Some of you are going to be developing your clairaudience, so you'll be hearing sounds or voices. It's like a radio that's not tuned finely, and you hear like a little crackling or like a voice that sounds very, very far away, and they're just right there in front of you. It's just hard to tune into the sounds that come from the other side. So some of you may be actually hearing messages from your loved ones, and may be saying hello, or they may be saying watch out, or hey, just a sound that you hear that the voice was familiar. You know that it comes not from your head, it's coming from outside of you, a different sound that you may hear. So notice those sounds, notice the vibrations, notice the loving guidance that you'll hear as well inside your mind from your angels, from your guardian beings that are with you as well, from your spiritual team. Notice the signs of synchronicity that are going to be appearing for you during this week, if not the entire month. Are you noticing the signs of synchronicity the spirit world has been sending to you at this time? People and situations in your life are not just appearing by coincidence. In reality, they're being guided to you from the spirit world to help you for a specific reason. So for some of you, it could be a new job. For some of you, it could be a new relationship. For some of you, it's just an area of your life that you need to develop, or perhaps even a talent that has been laid dormant that you're either refusing to acknowledge or refusing to develop, but others are being brought into your life at this time. It's just a feeling or a notion, a nudging towards a certain area, towards a certain place, a certain person. It's like the synchronicity. It'll pull you together like magnetism, like a magnet. You'll know, let's say there's a group of people and you're supposed to talk to one of them and you have to make a choice between them all. Immediately you're going to know the right person to go talk to, the one that's going to bring to you the message that you are needing, the question that you have posted to the universe, and they're actually bringing you a person, so you can hear it in black and white, or just right there, a personal and close. That person will say the things that you are wanting to hear, or that you need to hear in the way that it is important. And it could be one thing that person says that really makes it or breaks it. It could be life and death. It could be your next relationship. It could be where you need to move something. There's going to be a piece of information that synchronistic events will bring the two of you together, or you right in front of a sign, or something that happens that needed to happen in your life. So watch out for that, because that's a very important message that's coming for someone that's listening. Remember who you are. Remember that we're not just a person going through all these different challenges and situations in our lives. We are a spiritual being. We are very powerful. We are connected to the divine. We are part of the divine. We are like, let's say, a finger of the divine, or a spark, a little flame that has been put into a body. But we are spirit incarnate. So you need to know, again, we're being guided to know that this period of our lives is for spiritual growth. Some people want to dedicate it to meeting a new person. Some people want to dedicate it to their children, to their family members, to themselves, to beautifying themselves, whatever it is. You also need to know that this is a very important time for spiritual growth. And you're being touched in a way that is going to assist you in growing spiritually, because you'll have no other choice. Archangel Michael, a message. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. You also need to know that we are never alone. We're always being assisted by other beings, okay? So even if you feel alone in the need for others to to ask of you for help. You need to help them. Know that you're being helped as well while you're helping other people. It's not just you by yourself doing things. You're not alone. You can have other family members can assist you. You have your guides, you have your angels as well that assist you. So don't ever feel that you're doing something all by yourself. I know even if you don't have a partner, or you live alone, you don't live with your family, we feel sometimes very lonely. Like there's nobody there that we can talk to. But really, in essence, you are surrounded by many people. You're never, ever, ever alone, ever. You have family members that have passed, you have your spirit guides, and then you have your angels. You have any deity that you want to ask for assistance. Whatever your belief is, whatever your religion is, you can ask the deity for assistance. They'll be there right in front of you. It's a veil that we have that covers our eyes, that we cannot see, that we are surrounded by people. There's no room. There's no room around you. If you can envision there's no room, that there's people everywhere, then that is exactly what it looks like. If we could take this off and see what the spirit world is like. There's no room. Sometimes in my dreams I can see it. That's how I know. That really we're just blinded to what's happening. And everything is fluid. There's nothing that is solid and where we are. You can look around and see everything, the chairs, the table, but nothing. If you see it, sometimes when my third eye opens up and I see things, or I see it in a vision or in my dreams, it's fluid. Everything moves like water. It's like little tiny waves that if you touch it, it moves. It's not solid. Nothing is solid. Only us, we see it because we're incarnate into this world, and we of course see things that are solid and the water is not. But if you look at water, everything moves like the water moves. We just can't see everything like that. But we're extremely powerful. We just don't know our own power, and we're caught up in a lot of situations in our lives, and we just don't know that really we should be just gearing our lives to spirituality. And if there's a relationship that's supposed to come our way, it will. There's nothing you have to do in order to achieve that. It will be magnetized to you at the right time when you are going through your growth. The more spiritually attuned we are, actually the more things will happen in our lives quicker, because we're not putting all of these thoughts or going in the wrong direction or trying to chase something down, a dream or whatever. No, you don't have to do any of that. You just have to exist and stay in the moment, focused on today, right now. What am I doing? What do I need to do? Ask the universe for guidance. The signs will be there. You'll feel it. Oh, I have to go do this. I have to go do that. And in the meanwhile, while you're listening to Spirit, all these other people will be there, set in place for you to meet them, talk to them, learn something from them, get the next step of your growth, of your spiritual growth, which is basically what we're here to do. But we're so caught up in our emotions and in working and in buying things and doing all this crap that's really got nothing to do with our spiritual growth. And off I went on the tangent again. So Spirit is really pushing me to say it because somebody needs to hear it. I need to know it. I need to feel it. I need to know that this is what I have to do. And you need to know that you do too. Because they make me say it so that you can hear it and do it. Victory is assured if we follow our guidance. Angel Sandal, fun. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. That's another thing. We need to be super grateful for everything that we do, every breath that we take and that our family is allowed to take along with us. Everything that we do, the sun shining, the clouds, the rain, the trees. Be grateful for everything that we can actually see, and for our eyes and nose and mouth, whatever. Whatever you want to do, write it down, think of it as you walk around during the day, whatever it is, be very grateful and have a lot of faith, because we're never alone. And the minute we forget about that, everything gets taken away, and then you have to start over again. And that's when your faith kicks in. That's when you go down on your knees and you go, oh God, help me, or whatever it is you pray to, okay? Or why is this happening to me? Until you finally get it, that you're not alone. One day a spirit you'll open your eyes and a spirit will be standing in front of you. One of your angels, usually. Or one of your guides, which, it's like, hello, it's time for you to wake up. And then you go into some type of a shock because you don't know what the fuck just happened. That was your guide that was telling you, listen here, you have spent most of your time asleep. Now it's time to wake up because your time is about over, and now the veil is moving and you're starting to see shit. So wake up. And that's when you really realize, damn, that crazy lady on YouTube was right. I'm not alone. I'm never alone. Then you'll start to really see things the way that they are. For some of you, you have asked the guidance, you have asked for help, you have asked for a soulmate, you have asked for something. You have asked for something and it's coming. It's coming. Listen to the guidance. Listen to horns. Listen to music. If you hear a horn out of the blue and you're like, what the hell is that? What were you just thinking? Focus on your thoughts. What were you thinking? Was it a message that was being given to you and into your subconscious and you weren't paying attention and you didn't get it? Which could be as simple as that. Or go somewhere where there's music being played. Again, listen to music. Listen to the sounds of trumpets, the sounds of saxophones, something that makes your hair tingle. Listen to that type of stuff. Whatever makes you tingle is raising your vibrations. It is a connection to the divine. It's actually pulling you, your connection to your crown. You'll feel it. It'll pull. It's like a pull that you feel that goes up. And that is something that you're listening to that would be correct for you at that time. The right tones. It's time for a cleansing again. It's time to get out in the water. It's time to go to the ocean, go in your pool, go take a shower with bath salts and scrub yourself down. Cleanse your aura. Cleanse yourself. Relax. Meditate. Feel darkness or holes in your aura, whatever it is, feel it melting away in the water. Let the water take it away. Your body, mind, and soul are urging you this time to take some time out, much needed time out for cleansing. Just as you wash your car, clean the house, or tidy your office, your body also needs care and attention. It's time for some spiritual, emotional, and physical cleansing. So whatever you consider a good cleanse, wherever you need to go, whatever you need to do, then do it. Maybe a massage and a good bath, or I don't know, a heated pool, whatever it is you got to do to help you feel that way. It's time to do it. You need to be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. If there are people that you live with or your soulmate or whatever that's holding you back or saying, oh, that's nonsense, or you're being petty or laughing at you, it's time for you to stand up and say, listen, I like this and I'm going to go ahead and study it because I need to. I want to. It's for me. It's for me. It's my own spiritual growth. And be courageous about it. If others are saying, oh, why do you do that? Why are you doing readings? What is that? I mean, come on. Isn't that demonic? Isn't that like against, and this is not against anything. It's not against nothing. It's your spiritual growth. You're connecting with other people. So stand up for yourself. If other people are bullying you or are talking shit about you, talking trash about you, saying shit or talking behind your back or gossiping, whatever it is, dust it off. Because it's nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. They are not growing. They're tiny. If you see them in the spiritual realm, you'll see them as tiny little children or still not grown because their spirit is not grown. That's something. I have never told you that. Whenever you dream of someone, if you see them as small, like in height, small, like short or small or chubbier than what they normally are, it's because their spirit is not grown yet. They're still maturing in spirit. When you see them taller or bigger or lit up or nude, they're showing you who they truly are. There's no pretenses there. They're honest people. That's something to learn that only you see when you are in the higher realms a little bit, when you're not so low. You'll see naked people or sex or whatever. That's the lower realms, okay? So you have to raise your vibrations a bit more so you get out of that and up a notch. Up a notch so you can see other things that are more important. Because everyone can have sex in their dreams. And sometimes those are angels, you know. They're angels, but they're the darker angels. They're the ones that are more connected to the mundane levels, which are the sex, money, this and that, you know, the addictions and stuff that are not as clean as others that you'll meet on higher realms. But you have to move up a notch. It's almost like a game, you know, that you play, but in the real world, in the spirit world. To me, that's the real world. I'm sorry. Because it's been a world that I have been in since I was a child. So without it, I feel like naked. Look at. Strength. I have had this card come out now for months. Always. Strength. It represents the sign of Leo. So perhaps in that timing, during the month of Leo, when we click around and in 2020, there's going to be important events that are happening in our lives during that time. So perhaps we need to pay attention and mark it on the calendar. When the time of Leo comes, it's time to pay attention to what's going on in our lives, or starting new things, because it's the 5th house. So the 5th house is it's creativity. It's things that begin, that are fun. It's relationships. It's fun. It's people. It's being highlighted. It's the sun. Again, new beginnings. It could be a relationship. It could be time spent outdoors. It's just having fun, and pay attention when you're in the month of Leo. Because I'm tired of getting this card. I got it in the angel deck, the strength card. Now I'm getting it in the tarot deck, the strength card. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments. Forgiveness and compassion. Again, working on forgiveness. Being very compassionate. That deck of Kuan Yin that I have been wanting to get. I finally got it, and she is the goddess of compassion. So she's almost like the Mother Mary, you know, to people that are Christians or Catholics. But anyway, a lot of compassion, forgiveness for yourself, because sometimes we have to forgive ourselves. It's most important. We have to start there. Because if we cannot forgive ourselves for the decisions that we have made, the seemingly mistakes that we call mistakes, but they're not, because they're just things that we had to go through, regardless. Okay? It's part of our growth, and how we can teach those that come after us, or those that we help, not to make the same mistakes. We need to be very strong in our resolve to move forward, to grow in the areas that we have set off, which is the spiritual areas. There we have an angel sitting on a tiger, riding the tiger. So you are riding your emotions, you're controlling them, you're squeezing them so that they don't squeeze the hell out of you, you know. You're learning to temper your actions, your words, your thoughts, your negative thinking. You are tempering it, by George, and you have straddled it now, and you're really riding it through, because you're not allowing other people to push your buttons anymore. You're not going to allow it. You're going to be very strong in your resolve when it comes to that at this time in your life. You're going to be very courageous, because sometimes it takes courage to say no to someone that is really telling you what they're going to do. This is what I'm going to do today with you. And you can actually say, no, actually, you're not going to do that with me today. I'm going to go do something else. See ya. And if they don't like it, too bad. You shouldn't allow other people to run your life like you're some kind of a, I don't know, a little pony that needs to be told what to do. You don't need to be told what you to do. You do what you want to do, or what you have planned to do. If you have plans and somebody else wants to inject themselves into your life, you don't have to let them. No. If they're not part of that plan, you don't have to do it. You just do what you're going to normally do, and if someone asks you to do something for them, you can, but not somebody coming to tell you what they're going to do. No. That's not the way it works. So you need to be courageous, stand up for your beliefs, stand up for yourself and what you're doing in your life. That's how you build backbone. So you don't allow other people to rough ride right over you. No. This is you now riding the tiger. This is you now taking control of your emotions. You're not allowing other people to come in there and just push you in the wrong way. No. And start you off in some tangent, or to lower your vibrations, which is basically what that does. They get you going, they lower your vibrations, and then they walk away laughing, because now you're screwed, and they're happier. because they just sucked your personal positive vibration out of you, and then they went their merry way and left you all screwed up for another 24 hours or however long it takes for you to get over it and raise your vibrations again. Do not allow it. Do not allow it. Walk away smiling. However you got to do it. Doesn't matter what you need to do in order to avoid the vampires. So then you can just move your life forward with the chariot. The chariot is opposing forces that you take in the reins, bam, and you ride it like the tiger. And you move your life forward. There's movement forward in your life, spiritual growth, whatever it is, taking control of your personality, of your flaws, controlling them and moving forward despite them, despite other people, despite your own flaws and your own whatever it is you need to forgive. You are moving your life forward. Finally, there's movement forward. For some of you, you're moving. You had plans to do so. It's been rough ride, but now you found the place. Now you've got the money. Now you have the permission, and you're moving forward. So it's movement. It's travel. It's triumph. Being triumphant over the things that have been holding you back. Over a lot of things that have been holding you back. Or people. You know, there's victory. Dun-dun-dun. Victory. An important achievement. Self-discipline. And willpower, public recognition, being recognized by others now that, wow, this person does a good job. This person is moving their life forward. Look what they've accomplished by themselves with no help from anyone else except being pushed down or trying to be kept down, and you breaking through, breaking out of that, and still moving forward despite everything that you've had to endure in your own mind as well. Because sometimes we are our worst enemies. You hear that saying a lot, and yeah, it is true. We hold ourselves back. We don't need any help from anyone else. Once other people see you holding yourself back, then they want to keep you there. So then you have the attack from the outside, because they want to keep you down as well. You already did it. You already started it, so might as well stay there. That's how they think. But I'm telling you, it's time to get out, because the angels are warning us that we don't need to stay there anymore. Because if we do, then things get worse, and you don't want that, because then they start to teach you the lesson that you don't want it. You don't want that lesson. Okay? So, 2 cards have come out of the deck so far. Both of them are major arcana cards. One of them speaks about the time in Cancer, which is the Chariot, and the other one speaks about the time in Leo, which is the Strength card. They're also major players in our lives, so it's Spirit having a say-so in what we need to do or how we need to move forward. And the next card speaks of, again, victory. Victory over many situations, challenges, blocks, whatever you want to call it, that have been holding us back. People, other people, there's plenty of people here. Not all of them are happy that you're having a very victorious time in your life, or a time when you feel like you're breaking free from things that have held you back. Cutting cords, using the archangels to help you cut cords to relationships or situations from your past that you no longer need in your life. Victory, good news is on its way. Public recognitions and awards. So, some of you, wow, you may be getting a raise. You may be publicly, blah, blah, stood out in front of people and said, hey, look, this person has done this, they've accomplished all of this, it's worked, they've worked very, very hard in order to achieve it, but now they have, and everybody applauds, or everybody says, yay for you, thank you, you did a great job. But not everyone is happy, okay? And also this position is hard to maintain, because you're still going to have people that are going to want to hold you back and push you down. So just remember that you have achieved this through very, very hard work, and you have managed to move your life forward. But staying in that position is difficult, and you have to work hard at it. So be sure to keep up the good work. Keep up your shield. Talk to the angels to help protect you. Talk to Archangel Michael to shield you behind his shield, but yet in a point where you can still see the people that are coming, so you can see their two faces. How do they look? How do they feel when they approach you? Is it somebody that's hiding something? Is it somebody that's working on their own benefit or behalf and not yours, or theirs together, like a happy thing? You'll be able to see it. But you need help from the angels sometimes, so you can block it. You can block their negative energy and feel it before it comes. But through the shield of an archangel or an angel. It's your guardian angel to help you with that as well. Today I'm using the Angel Tarot deck from Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. It's watery, it's blue, of course. I always use it. I think I always use it in the time of Scorpio, because it's watery and I feel watery, I feel very emotional. I mean, like, if I see a love story, I start crying. I'm really, 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 really very emotional at this time. 3 of Fire, abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time. It's time to make long-term plans. Sit down with yourself or with your BFF or your romantic partner and make plans for the future. If you want to move, if you want to travel, if you want to start something new or a new business, whatever, this is a good time to start planning. Get into the planning stages and then move forward. You have the Chariot there that says you can do it. So you have fire and you have inspiration from Spirit to do these things. So keep moving forward. It's also for some a time to rest. Me, for sure, because of all the emotional crap I've been going through, and some of you as well. Time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. So it's time to rest, meditate, get in water, cleanse, spend time alone, meditating, trying to figure out what is Spirit trying to tell you, what is the next thing. There's a decision that's very important. Take your time making the decision, because it's going to change your life. Whatever it is, it's something big due to the cards that are coming. And if you go in that direction, you're going to make the right decision, because victory is assured with the Chariot and with the 6 of Wands. That inspired thought or desire or situation, because everything for everyone is different, is a good one. But it's going to take some planning. It's going to take some time for you to get your ducks in order, pretty much, before making that decision. For some of you, it could be like a new entrepreneurship, new work that you're going to do yourself because of your talent or something that you want to start doing. And you're being asked to take your time, think about it. That way when you do actually move on with it or go for it, you have everything in order and you don't have to backtrack. You're set. Your suitcase is packed with everything that it needs. Your attaché is packed with all your whatever tools you need for this new position or this new entrepreneurship, this new position or job that you're going to try to do for yourself. But you have to have the right plan. You have to know everything that you need and have it prepared, your resume, whatever it is that you're doing, have all your ducks in order. All right, guys, let's see if I can manage to do the weekly reading. Whatever it is, you're going to be recognized this week for your work. Something is going to happen. The people are going to say, man, you've been doing pretty good, or hey, I like the way you're doing this or that. You've done really well at what you're doing. I'm impressed. I'm happy for you. That's definitely coming. There's also something that you're trying to get off the ground, that you're trying to get going. So you're being asked to, hey, take your time to make the decision. But it's probably going to end well for you because of the Chariot card and the other card. Okay, we have some cards that have come out. There is a choice that you're trying to make, and if you go in one direction, it's going to be an unwise choice. So that is why you're being asked to take your time making this decision. There's something that you have chosen to do that is not, it's not the wise choice. Learn what you can from this situation and review everyone's motives. So there's something that's going to be posted to you during this week that you may, if you choose quickly, you may make the wrong choice. So be sure to take your time making the choice, which is what you're being asked, to be patient and to kind of review things, because they might ask you to do something that's not going to be the right, the initial choice that you are going to make won't be the right one. You have to do the opposite. Okay. The power of creativity, recognition for a very high quality work. Be a team player. So it could be at work, this decision that you're going to make or that you're going to be asked to make. Be sure that you don't fly off the handle with, okay, I'll do it. No, don't say yes. Be careful. Stick with what you know for now. Okay. You're going to be recognized for the good work that you do, and that might bring about another like position or something that opens up quickly, and they're trying to fill it, and they might ask you to do it, but then you'll take it and then you'll realize, well, I can't do all of this. I don't even like it. I don't want to. And then you'll be screwed because you can't go back. So be careful with your choices. Again, intimate relationships, carefully weighing your decisions. Good health. The 6, the Lover's card. So it could be a decision that makes it or breaks it. Be very careful. For some of you, this could be a soulmate that comes into your life. Again, careful with your choices, because they might not be the right one. Sometimes we're put through tests. Don't ask me why, because I really dislike them. But in order for you to learn, or in order for you to get a prize, sometimes you have to go through several challenges in order to finally get to where you want to go, or what it is that you have actually asked for. Because they want to see if you learned your lesson. Are you going to learn your lesson, or are you going to fall for the same shit all over again? Let's see. They're always putting you to the test. Spirit is always testing you. And where your heart lies is very important as well. This could also represent healing from an illness or a disease, or like I said, go check your heart, because it might be important that you do so. Raphael is the healer. There's a lot of green in this card, so it represents the heart chakra. Work on your heart chakra and see if maybe that is what it is. Carefully weighing your decisions. Be careful that the choices that you make are important, and you have to weigh your decisions. If someone asks you for money and you want to give them the world, only give them a little piece of the world instead of, you know, the whole pie. Give them just a slice, because if it leaves you without money to pay your bills, then where are you? Even though you're not alone and you're always going to get assistance from Spirit, the assistance that you get might come later. So be aware of that. Challenging information, delays or changes to plans, truth delivered without tact. So there's going to be a challenge at some point during this week. Be careful, again, with your choices, because there's going to be someone that's either spying on you, someone that is trying to get you in some type of a situation that's going to be hard to come out of. So be careful. There's a delay to plans. So something that's been going in a certain direction right now in your life and you're liking it, there could be a delay to that, or some type of a change. So be aware that that's possible, or some type of challenging information that comes to you. Nine of Swords. I'm going to take a look at these cards to see if I get some other... Because I know that you have people that are trying to take the power away from you. That power that you have, your own personal power, either at work or at home. But you work very well on your own. For some of you, this is probably telling you that if you were to start your own business, you would do better than working with other people. Because sometimes other people will bring you down or try to take the power away from you, and it's kind of ridiculous to keep working under that type of situation. Okay? So there is definitely a big choice that's coming up. Be aware of it. Be aware of the decisions that you make. Do not fly off the handle. Think about the decision before you do it. Okay, because it could be something very important, and if you choose very quickly, you might make the wrong choice. So be careful. Again, you're working on your finances. We did get the 9 of Earth. Enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quality time alone, and successful self-employment. through your decisions that you're going to make. For some of you, this is it fends well for being self-employed. Okay. And for some, you're going to hear some bad news during this week that might set you back a little bit, but know that that setback is only temporary, because again, eventually you'll get what's coming to you. Recognition, or the position that you're hoping for at work, or something along those lines. What is the outcome of the week? It fell in my lap. A 10. The Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. Choices that are made that they really stab you in the back. So, but this is the end of a difficult situation. So by the end of the week, whatever challenges you feel during the week, or whatever's going on, by the end of the week, they'll be gone. Okay? It'll be the end of that challenge or situation or whatever it is, fight that you have, you know, with someone. By the end of the week, it'll be dispersed. The end of a difficult era. End of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction as well. So if some of you are trying to break away from smoking, drinking, overeating, by the end of the week you're going to have a challenge that is overcome. So hopefully if you're smoking 2 packs a day, by the end of the week you'll be smoking 1. You know, you'll finally overcome that other pack that you didn't want to have to open anymore, and you don't. If you smoke pot or do some other drug or whatever, maybe by the end of the week you finally get an enlightenment of how you can quit, or a friend comes in to help support you drinking the same thing. Maybe you've been drinking with a partner and you finally both decide by the end of the week, you know what, we're going to team up and we're going to help each other break away from this addiction with alcohol. Let's start exercising instead, or running. If you run, it helps with the endorphins, you know, you start to raise your vibrations and feel better, and it works every single muscle. So maybe you get a partner that helps you with that addiction. But mostly it represents decisions that you make that stab you in the back eventually, and the help of other people, which is the Ten of Swords, is 10 swords. It's overkill. It's more than you can stand, you know. So decisions that you have made in the past, you finally get over it. You finally start to overcome it. Other people's betrayals as well. A challenge during this week that you overcome, which is good. It looks like a tough week, but eventually we're going to be victorious. So just keep that in mind. The victory is coming regardless the challenges that we are put through, regardless the challenges that we'll be feeling. I don't know why my readings are always so challenging, huh? I'm getting the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is, again, how the reading started. The mother, being more nurturing, being more intuitive, more of the yin part of your personality, even if you're a male, being more softer with your choices, with your words, working on your intuition. Queen of Water, tender-hearted, empathic, patient and loving, being more patient with yourself, more loving with your family, with yourself as well, being more empathic. So you're going to your intuition will probably be a little bit stronger during this week due to the energies, and you're going to be more empathic with other people and yourself. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and for others. So it's all about, the more I believe that you care for other people during this week and yourself, the better these challenges that we're going to be feeling, the better they're going to pass us by without really hurting us quite as much. There may be some challenges at work that come up that you'll have to deal with, which is not of your doing, it's the doing of others, but you'll have to deal with it. You know, it'll be something that will affect you as well. So I guess things that are happening that are not of your doing, but you'll have to like either step up for someone else, or just whatever the case may be. I don't really know. It's all different for everyone, so it is what it is. There's nothing you can do to change it. We'll have to work through it somehow. I'm going to do the interactive reading if I can find the decks that I'm supposed to use. That'd be great. I'm outdoors again. I'm at the pool. It's warmer, and there's background noise. I don't know if you hear it. It's the pool pump thing that's over there. But if I want to be incognito so others can't see me, I have to be in here. Otherwise, I'd be out there where others can walk by and ask me questions, and I don't want to be bothered. Not while I do this. But I live right next to it, so it's easier to do it here than to do it where I was last week. So studying this week is going to be important. This is the angel of knowledge. So learning new things, perhaps learning how to control yourself, because we've been asked to do so. Learning more about spirituality, what the next step will be, guidance on our path, our own personal growth. This is also, for some of you, going to school and learning something new. You're going to be very triumphant in your class. That means you're going to pass your class with flying colors, and you're going to learn something from it. For those of you that are taking tests, you're going to do really, really well. For some of you, it's learning a new talent like music or painting or writing or whatever it is that you want to do. You're going to benefit a lot from learning in this period of time, no matter what subject it is, okay? For some of you, angel of fertility is coming up, so if you're wanting to have a baby, it can actually happen. For some of you, you're going to be receiving happy news about a new addition to your family, whether it's grandkids, cousins, whatever, new people that come into your life, new family members. You're very fertile at this time if you are within that age, so you can become pregnant if that is what you want, so be prepared that you're going to be receiving news. For some of you, you're going to be receiving a new soulmate that you're going to get pregnant right away, right after you meet them, because it's somebody that you have been waiting for a long time, and the soul that is coming has been waiting for a long time. So be sure that if you are prepared, that is exactly what you're going to get, because it's showing. For some of you have children that are of that age, you're going to be getting a new little grandchild. Happy news, so be aware. As soon as I disconnect from this, I'm calling my son to see if he's got more happy news. I've already got 2 grandkids, but another one will make it 3 is a charm. Again, the way that the cards like to come out and they just lay in my hand. It's the next card. Angel of relationships. So we're going to be basically working on our relationships for a while. This is not something that you do one day and you set it down. Relationships with family, relationships with significant others, romantic partners, best friends, family, people at work. Relationships are going to be highlighted for us between now and the end of the year. These are oracle cards that extend. This is no timing to them. As you see this woman with her hands up her ears, whatever he's saying to her, she doesn't want to hear it. So it's disputes, challenges, differences of opinion, people that push your buttons. You need to learn how to deal with it in a constructive way. So perhaps we're just learning how to keep our cool, be strong, knowing who to separate from our lives. If there's a relationship that's over because you really, really have tried everything and you cannot get along, it's time to say goodbye. Sometimes we hang on to things knowing that we have outgrown this situation. We have learned everything there was to learn from this person. The mirroring effect is over. Now there's nothing left except a lot of problems, a lot of pain. Why continue with that? You can let the person go, and then eventually when you both grow, you can always come back together again if that is what's meant to be. But if it's meant to separate so that a new soulmate comes in, or a new lesson that you need to learn in the meanwhile, then it's time to do so. Your heart usually knows, and it tells you what you need to do. It's your guides, it's your angels speaking to you through your heart, through your intuition. But sometimes we just, as humans, we want to hang on to everything, put it in our back pocket and see if it works out later, and it never does. It just gets worse. So if you know something is over, then goodbye. But if there is something that you're working on together with your partner and you don't want to listen to it, perhaps it's time you do listen to it, and see exactly what it is, what is being told to you on another level that you need to pay attention to, that you know it's something that you should work on, but you ignore it, you try to push it aside, you don't want to listen to it. So it's time for you to know. Perhaps you need to take a class or speak to someone that knows more, or learn about it, whatever it is. There's books, there's YouTube videos on just about everything that you want to learn about. So maybe it's time, you know. And the fertility can be fertile mind, a mind that grows by knowledge, you know, something that starts small, a seed that is planted within you by a thought or a word, and you run with it because you say, wow, this is exactly the news that I have been waiting to hear, and then boom, you're off. All right, A, B, or C, okay? My little heart-shaped deck, because my heart goes out to all of you, always. A, B, C. All right. Angel of clairvoyance. Your third eye is opening. Your angel is standing right behind you. They really, really want you to work on your intuition, on listening to the guidance that's coming, and you don't pay attention to it. For others, there's going to be an opening of your third eye. Therefore, you may be able to see your angels, your guides, other people's guides, or just spirits. All of a sudden, they're going to show up. You're going to see lights flashing. You're going to see shadows moving. You're going to feel like there's somebody standing right next to you. There usually is. It's your guide. They're always right there. You just don't see them, but you might see them out of the corner of your eye. This is how it begins when your third eye opens up. You're going to see colors. You're going to see orbs of light. Those are the angels that are around you. You'll see them as an energy spurt or just a flash of light. But be prepared that this is happening to you now. If you're seeing it in your dreams. You may be getting messages from your angel and your guides in your dreams. So pay attention to your dreams, okay? My God, I just realized this is an hour. Embrace. Through each other, you'll find the missing pieces. So embrace your family members. Embrace the people that have something to do with you in your life, because there's something missing that you're not seeing it. And that's perhaps the message that your angel is trying to bring to you. Embrace each other. Embrace the things that are not there. Embrace your romantic partner. Because maybe at this time they're going through a very difficult period in their growth, in their time as well. So you need to hold them, you need to hug them, you need to listen to them more. Working on relationship issues, remember. And you are working on opening up your third eye. B, angel of creativity. Get out there and use your talents. If you paint, if you write, if you play music, if you like to dance, whatever it is. So anything. Cut grass, plant trees, flowers, whatever it is that you like, get doing it. Your creative talent is what's going to help you open your third eye and help you become more empathic and more in tune with your spiritual self. You know, but sometimes we put our talents down, and that's exactly what we need to be doing each and every day, a little bit. Because it helps you. It helps you be who you are. It might help you calm down. It might help you elevate your vibrations. It may help you when you're going through a very depressive time or a very emotional time due to your family members or something that's happened to you. Express it through your talents. Express it through your creativity. It may help you. Your romantic card is, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and it gives. So, spend more time being creative. If your partner doesn't allow you to spend time being yourself, please let them go so that they can let you go. It's time to release the control a little bit. Love unconditionally. That means if they want to go out, let them go out and you do your own thing. That way between you there's space, there's release, there's I miss this person because they're not with me right now. I better run home and go see what they're doing. You know, let them be themselves. You can be close without hanging on too tightly, because otherwise you'll lose them. So that goes for friends, romantic partners, children, people that you love in general. Just let them be who they are. Be close, but yet don't try to control them, because it's not fair. Because if they try to do it to you, you're not going to like it. 3, angel of inner peace. At this time, you're trying to focus on your inner peace, and sometimes it's very difficult. But again, meditation, cleansing, spending time out in nature, it's very rewarding. If you do it, you'll see what I mean. Just the sounds that itself. Even if it's raining, sit outside in a chair, covered with a roof over your head if you want. If not, sit in the rain. It's not going to kill you if it's warm out. And just listen to the rainfall and meditate on the sound. You may get visions, you may get ideas. This is how angels talk to us, or our guides, when we spend time in meditation. We're just alone